Hello everyone, welcome to Blueprints. I have a bit of a disclaimer before we get started. I have actually already recorded about a day's worth of this game beforehand, but I made a boo-boo, the audio didn't work, and it is unusable footage, so I'm really sorry, but you don't get to see my first genuine reactions to the mechanics of the game, because I done messed up, and I'm willing to accept that that is all on me. What we are going to do, though, for the sake of genuinity, being genuine, we are going to completely start from scratch and go into this new game, new play, and all that, and I will try and do my best to explain things as we go along. If you don't know anything about Blueprints, this is kind of a little bit of a Metroid Brainia kind of puzzle game. The idea is we are going to inherit a building from our, I believe, great uncle. But the only caveat to that is we can only get the building and all of his inheritance if we find the 46th room. That wouldn't be a problem. But on the blueprint for the whole shebang, it says there's only 45. So how has he managed to hide a 46th room in a building that only has 45 rooms? I don't know. The other thing, we're only allowed to go in there every day. And every day, the whole building changes. So there's something a bit weird and bizarre going on. We'll have to see what happens. It's kind of a bit like a roguelike in that way, where every time you go in, completely different. So you have to kind of puzzle your way through. I've heard this could potentially be a bit of a long playthrough, so buckle up, buckaroos. We've got some puzzling to do. With that in mind, speaking of puzzles, I need... Hang on. I had a pen and a notebook. Right, I have a pen. Hang on. I have a book somewhere. I'm going to get a book. I have now got a blue book for Blueprints. I'm just going to make a bit of space on my desk, and then we'll get back into the game. Righto, desk set up, notebook set up. Let's get into the game. I am going to skip the intro cinematic. If you want to watch it, feel free to Google it. But I've watched it a few times already because I had to load in once to do a sound check. Second time to play the game. This would be my third time. So, day one. Let's crack on into this. I want to get as much done as possible because there's a lot to do in this game. I appreciate normally I'm the kind of person that takes things quite slow. I am going to take things slow, but I need every moment that I can in the game. Welcome to Blueprint. One of the things I kind of noticed upon looking at this reminds me of like an old CAD software that I used when I was at secondary school. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was like this kind of almost architectural program that we used to design things like chairs and stuff. And just like the finish that's on this really reminds me of that. And I can't really put my finger on it. The other thing that I did, that's new though. I didn't notice that. That looks like Patrick or Starro. What are you meant to be? Why do you look like a star? Oh, are you the mountain? You're the mountain. Are you meant to look like Holly? I mean, you kind of look... Yeah, I guess. I'm not really clued up on my plant types and whatnot. One thing I definitely did, which I'm not going to do now because I've learned and I'm smarter, I just straight out walked out that door and went for a wander, and then walked out the driveway, and then walked back, and then walked back through the driveway, and then came here, and then I realised that if you look in the top left-hand corner of the game, we have a number. Every time I cross the threshold of any room, any boundary, that number drops by 1. When it reaches 0, the day is over. So, with that in mind, I'm not going to go for a fantastical little wander outside until I absolutely have to, or I feel the need to. I do love the set dress. Oh, walking stick. I need a new one of those. I broke me my walking stick. I have to use a walking stick at the moment because I have this inner ear problem where I cannot regulate my balance at all. And I managed to break my granddad's walking stick at the weekend when I went for a walk. So, open only in the event of my death. I love the stamp. I absolutely love the stamp. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope that these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of all my last wishes and the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck. Herbert F. Sinclair? S. Sinclair? I can't remember if it was F or S, and I feel really bad now. So, the Mount Holly blueprint. It took me too long to realize this game is called Blueprints. You know how I feel about puns. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. I wonder if I could play the game without picking that up. Probably not. So this is the base mechanic of the whole game. As we progress through the doorways here, we get to pick one of a few randomly selected rooms, and it's up to us to try, and I presume we need to get to this antechamber, and then from there find the 46th room. But I also feel like, A, it's not going to be as simple as we think just getting there. B, I feel like when we get there, it is not going to be as simple as just, congratulations, you've reached the end. There's bound to be something else. This is a puzzle game after all. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose one when you no longer have any left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor, and you must call it a day. It is absolutely stunning, though. One of the things, like, I quickly taught myself, I don't know if it's real or not, I don't know if it's imagined. I started seeing these drawings all over the place, and in actual fact, are these the same? I actually made a handful of notes on my first playthrough. Ace of Spades, Queen of Diamonds. Okay. They haven't changed since my first playthrough. That's good, I presume. So we just are going to start exploring. So we're going to go through here, and it's going to pick a different thing. So ideally, I don't really want a dead end unless I absolutely can get away with it. The bedroom, the spare door goes out, so that's going to be a dead end. But really, it's going to have to go through a hallway, I guess. Or not? Oh. Maybe it wouldn't have put it into the exit then. Maybe it would have twisted it around for me. Well, if I knew that, I would have done it slightly differently. Guest bedroom, my God. Oh. Right, we're going to get that extra 10, because that is absolutely ridiculous. And again, there's drawings on the wall, and I feel like these... The thing is, right, I feel like this is going to be one of those games where if I don't pay attention to things like that, I am going to cry about it later and really regret it. Right. Day one. What I'm going to do is, as I'm making notes, I'll let you guys know I'm going to make some notes maybe sometimes, but I'm probably going to cut most of these out because otherwise there's going to be a really, 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 really long video because I'm quite slow at writing. But if I think of anything interesting, I will say it out loud. We have a stag. And I have a dog tag. Tag with the number 10 on it. Okay, so got a stag. Got a dog tag with number 10. I do like the nautical theme for quite obvious reasons. I quite like it in here quite a lot. Very nice. What do we got in here? Got a key card. An electronic key card. Open. Oh, you bugger. I needed that. I really needed that. Is that going to spawn in here every time? I'll just make a quick note that I have found a key card in here previously, just in case. Because it didn't say that there was any items on this. It just said there was going to be like 10 stamina. But unfortunately, there is more. Oh, Sinclair, I just wanted to write a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It has been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect that you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzle. And I appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Oh, good God. So there's going to be a game of darts that involves maths at some point, right? Is there anything else in here before I move on? Because yes, I do have stamina. Yes, I can technically come back into these places, but it kind of feels a bit more final than most of the games where it's like, oh no, got... Again, like these, I'm like, they couldn't possibly mean anything. It's just a tree. And a safety pin. But at the same time, what if it is? So I'm going to write it down because I am paranoid. Hallway. Paintings. If I get to the end of the game and these don't mean anything, I'm going to burn my notebook. And that is a promise. I don't even know what kind of tree that is. I feel like I should know trees a little bit better because I used to work in and around trees and I used to get told, that's a this, that's a this. And I'm like, I have no idea. None. Right. Let's progress. Den. Bedroom, it takes around that way. Let's go for a den. It has kind of cut that off, but if I need to, I can double back round if I really need a spare room. But otherwise, as long as we're kind of progressing, each time you go through these, you get to like the next rank. So I believe we're now at rank 2. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rank 9. So we kind of want to try and progress forwards wherever we can. Now this feels like a room with lots going on. I do like how the clocks are moving. That pendulum isn't moving, but I like how the clocks are in fact progressing. Oh, a gem. I can't remember what these gems are used for. I think these are like opening specific rooms from what I can briefly remember. Oh my gosh, look at that bat's face. I know they're probably nostrils because bats' eyes are on the top of their head. That just looks like the most kind of disgruntled. That's the face I pulled when I heard there was going to be a maths problem. So we've got a bat and a bath. Bat. Bath. Bath bat. Bath mat. Bath bat. Bath bat. Bat bath. Bath bath. Baba. What room we're in? We're in a den. Bat and a bath. Like, I'm going to be paranoid now. Every single thing, I'm going to be like, oh, there's two geese and they're looking, are they swans? They're swans. And they're looking at each other. And it was this time and Paranoia. It is quite nice though. And don't get me wrong, I think by the time you get to a house that's got 45 rooms, potentially 46 rooms, I think the house is too big and you probably need to get your act together. But that's probably because I just like small houses. I don't really like having too much space because I can get lost quite easily. Then, I mean, I've started making notes of the painting, so I may as well continue as I have started. Paintings. Bath. Also, I've already started shorthanding my notes. Like, I had them really neatly laid out on room 1. I'm only on room 3, and I've already stopped doing it on different lines, and I just put a comma, just like make it a bit shorter. Now, there's the chapel, and the chapel is a confusing one because it sounds like a negative, right? But also, one thing I know, right, you know what, while I have, like, no money, I'm just going to show you this. Because I thought I was on something here. Each of these paintings, these stained glass kind of paintings, have got numbers. And I thought I had... Oh, did I miss... I think I missed one. Because I saw all these numbers. I was like, oh, well, they've got to mean something. And I didn't realize there was a big one above there, so... let's start... Chapel numbers. Because I do think these are going to mean something, because why would you have numbers randomly or apparently randomly? You know, do I have to... Oh wait, they're all got different outfits on. Do I need to remember the outfits as well? Maybe I need to remember the outfits, because these are all... I didn't pick up on that the first time. I just thought, oh, pretty angels. Right, I'm gonna make some kind of in-depth notes. So we're gonna go like... Am I paying attention to the tools that they have, or am I paying attention to what jobs I think they have? So we've got number 1 is some kind of farmhand, right? Or gardener. I would say that's more of a gardener, right? Because that one looks like a farmer, because they've got like a pitchfork, which is traditionally used for, you know, moving hay and stuff like that. Right, right, number 1 is farmer or gardener. Farmer / gardener. I'm going to do this just in a round order, because then that way I know what order they were in. 7. Queen. What was... Oh, goodness, I didn't even write that down at the beginning. What was it? Queen of Diamonds? This was in my other notebook. It was a Queen of Diamonds. Ooh, Queen. Queen / knight, I guess, but they've got, like, the scepter that, like, a monarch would have. Then we're at 5, which is a maid. Two is a baker. Baker? Hardly know her. 3. Farmer. Farmer? I mean, if she'll let me. I've been locked indoors too long. My sense of humor is just not non-existent. 6. What does one call a horse rider? Jockey. Or a jock. 4 is a chimney sweep. chimney sweep. Then we've also got some statues. I don't know if they're particularly much. We've got a bishop. Again, a queen. Some kind of lady. And again, some kind of priest. I don't think I'd be able to differentiate between them. Do I make a note regardless? We've got the holly. We've got a sun. That looks a bit familiar. Not really much space behind there, but I'm guessing you don't go behind there particularly. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to make a really controversial decision now, and I'm going to not write down the statues. And if it comes back to bite me in the arse, it will come back to bite me, and I will just deal with it. Parlor. So these are quite fun. These are usually got kind of like a parlor game in. And there's one with some boxes. Like, aha, this one. Hello, Herbert. Oh, the tree again. Oh, the same drawings. Where have I seen that? I've seen the tree in the hallway. Oh god, this is going to get convoluted very quickly. I've already filled a page of my notes. Parlor. Turning over a new leaf. So this is a parlor with the boxes. Let's call it the box parlor. Also, I appreciate this maybe isn't your normal Let's Play that I normally do. It's going to be a lot more slow paced because there is so much information that I think I might need. And honestly, I think it'll be funnier if I get to the end and I've spent all this time taking notes and I don't need to. Also, don't tell me if I do or don't. If you've already been to the comments, lol, fair enough. But please don't tell me if I actually need to be doing this or not. Just someone mentioned it might be a good idea to take notes, and I've taken their word for it. So if I have done this and I don't need to, it's your fault and you know exactly who you are. Box parlor. Tree. Match. Righty ho. Is there anything else in here? Ah, there was this. I need the key. Wind up key. A component of the parlor game. And then there's the rules of the game. I'm just going to check this because I don't know if the rules are going to change each time we play. Dear Herbert, it was a great honour receiving an invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlour game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colours. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. Fun fact for you non-English people. So, without the people, that just sounds just like borderline, just slur. Like, you non-English people. When you see an English name, or when you see a name with a H, and this is the same for place names, do not pronounce it as a hard H. This is not Oldham. If you say that, you will be laughed out. This is Oldham. Oldham. Say it again with me. Here we go, class. Say it with me. Oldham. Very good. If you see this word, Twickenham. Fantastic. This word. I'm not even going to get you to try to pronounce that one. Everyone gets that wrong. Yeah, so we've got a game to play. There will always be at least one box, and this is the important bit, at least one box, which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box, which displays only false statements. And only one box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. So it is the same rules as I saw last time. So we're going to have a look at here, and these are all going to say something. So we've got the black box contains gems. This box and the blue box are empty. And all three boxes are empty. So this one is a liar because we know for a fact one of the boxes has to have something in it. Which means that... Oh, I don't know, because actually this is quite difficult because these could be true or they could be... It's either these are both true. Oh, this one could be telling the truth. But so could this one. This one could also be lying. Is this telling the truth? The black box contains gems. This box and the blue box are empty. That could also be true. In for a penny. Let's go for it. Hey! And I don't get the key back. I was about to say, can I just like try again if I get it wrong? The answer is no. Right. Fantastic. We progress. So we'll go this way, see what we can find. Lavatory, a nook, or a patio. Right. So this will spread gems into each green room. So the different colors of the rooms do actually impact the game. We'd only have one green room, so it's probably not really worth it. A key, however, keys as you get further up the ranks suddenly become very, very important. So I'm probably just going to try net myself a key. This is going to snake back around, but we'll see if we can find anything useful while we're going back that way. So we've got some dunes. And we've got an and sign. What's this telling me? Oh, the game recommends notes. Okay. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Well, I've got like a school exercise book. That'll have to do. I guess I'm probably gonna miss things because that journal looks like very involved. Which a key. Hello. Right. So what paintings we got? I feel like I'm only paying attention to the paintings, and I'm probably gonna miss other things. Like, do I need to pay attention to the fact that there seems to be a chess piece in each room that I have only really just kind of picked up on? Maybe. I will start making a note of that, I believe. So where are we? We are in Nook. Nook. That's a good word, isn't it? Unless it's associated with Tom. The robbing bastard. Right, we've got dunes. And an and sign. We've also got a white. I want to call it a castle. I don't know the actual name in chess. Don't know the actual name of chess. I'm not particularly a chess player. So, if you are a chess player and that's the incorrect name, please let me know what the correct name is and don't laugh at me. We'll continue this way. We are going to have to burn points getting back. Sod it. We're going in. Yes. Peas in a pod. Don't do that to me, soundtrack. You were evoking memories of a very fond game. And you're doing it on purpose. See, there's a chess piece in every room. There's a chess piece in every room. I am a genius. That's probably not going to mean much, but it's there. Observatory. Observatory? Ordinatory. Right, we've got peas in a pod. Do I need to make note of how many peas? Probably not, realistically, but either way, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. don't say it. And there are 7 Ps. And then there was... What was this one? Oh, that was Mount Holly. Mount Holly, fantastic. And then we've got a White Knight. So we've got the White Knight as well. What else we got here? We got anything I can read? Yes. The Fixed Stars. The Stargazer's Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt. This book contains a complete star base, a list of constellations, and the observed facts that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. Okay, so these do different things. North Star gives us 1 gold. The Twins, 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. The Slice will give us 3 steps. Diamondus Minor will give us a gem. The Southern Cross rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Farmer's Apple, apples are extra delicious today. Clavis the Key will give us a key. Diamondus Major will give us more gems. Draxus the Dead End rooms are more common today. Oh god. The Sale, everything is 50% off today. Borealis, Bloom of the Sky, green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers. And there we go. So, I'm guessing then. First of all, before I look into here, I want to go and have a look upstairs. Just to see, really, if there was anything, but... aha! No, that's not what I wanted to do. Up. Oh, I wonder if I can aim at different places. Do I need to... ah, there's a wheel down there to actually rotate it. Let's go to there. And then I need to rotate it from down here, I think. Ta-da! Right, one more. And then let's go and have a look, see if we can see anything from here. So we've got North Star, we just gained 1 gold. Okay. It did say something about there might be multiple, so I wonder if we look further up if we can see more. Or if it's just going to be like they would... ah, no. It would just be that they would just be like in one place. But we've seen a star. Nice. Off we go. Right. There's nowhere else we can go, so we're going to have to go at least to the chapel. We're going to lose our gold. Bugger. Was there a chess piece in here? Is there a chess piece in the parlor room? Okay, interestingly enough, I don't think there's one in the parlor room. So they're not in every room. But there... oh no! There is. The box parlor. We've got a black pawn. There we go. And like a milk churn. Like a milk jug at the bottom. Right. We'll go right, I guess. Security. Oh, security could be good. We'll go security. And before I go into security... bishop. Of course it's a bishop. White bishop. Aha! I feel like I've kind of noticed stuff now. I feel like I'm not going mad. White bishop. Cool. So, got a white bishop. Security. So, we're going to get a bit of a cutscene here. This room lets us see what's already inside the room, as far as I'm aware. Oh, not inside the room, but inside the house, like any items that we've missed. And it should hopefully also give us a few more clues. I think there's a few notes and things, but I can't really remember. We're not allowed any tools? Why have you brought a hat with you, Simon? I know it's not really a tool, but... The thing is, like, to me, it feels weird that they put a cutscene here. I feel like there's more going on here than I'm maybe paying attention to. Or it could just be their way of just breaking up what they perceive as some level of monotony. Like, I don't find this monotonous at all, but... I've got to say, as someone from like a bit of a upper lower class kind of background, it's really funny seeing proper Toodle Pip kind of schoolboy vibes, you know, like with his hat and his waistcoat, and he's all very proper, and it's I don't know, it's quite funny. See loads of different rooms here. I'm just glad that he moves when we do. There's one thing I kind of experimented with last time. It does actually move, but it's kind of like a real low refresh rate, but it doesn't go exactly where we are. It just kind of goes to like approximate positions. So you can see a lot of places here. He's got like a vault room, got a big old library, got a piano room. I think we've been in that room before. Got a few hallways, an office, a little kids' room, some kind of display room, a swimming pool, another vault, another kind of piano room. This guy's bougie as heck. So, blue memos are true, red memos are lies. Unless written... Wait. Unless written by hand? What? Is that what that says? By? Unless written by hand. Why would you... Oh, right. Memos. Blue is true. Red. I can't think of anything around to red. Lies. Unless handwritten. I completely missed that when I first said it. And the thing is now though, I'm paranoid because if it's hiding things like that from me, what the hell else am I going to be missing? Right. So we've got something here. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically, as your attendance will no longer be registered at a rolling roll call. It is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. Two of these terminals can be found in security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to your house manager, Mrs. Babbage. I've got no hope of reading that password. I can make out a few letters. There's S. O-N-O? Can't tell if it's a Simon. No, it won't be Simon. That looks like an N. Could that be an S? Swans. Still further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked. And access levers are no longer required to grant entry. That is a big fat lie. Why would you... Why? Why are we going even through the effort? Does this guy just really like his puzzles? Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress further north. Yay! Right. We have 2 mob is a 2 more pictures. So security. What have we got here? We have got a road with trees and a fishing rod. And the password. I'm gonna have to play hangman with this password, I think. So what is how many letters is that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like an 8 letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it looks to me like the last 3 are like O-N-O. And that first letter is definitely an S. But I can't, like, read the others at the moment. They're not really legible. Got some coffee. That's a very strange looking coffee pot. I've never seen a coffee pot be square before. No more notes to pick up. View estate inventory. Following is detailed less currently in the house have not been collected. So I've got everything that I need to. Fair enough. Keycard system. Security doors are within the estate that can only be unlocked with the electronic keycard. The keycard system is currently operational. I'm just allowed to change this? Okay, I'm going to set it to low. Surely that can't be anything bad. Unless maybe, like, they hide, like, better rooms. Offline mode. This mode determines the default setting the security doors will be set to if power is lost during a blackout, for example. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are in the estate. Well, I'm staff. I'm here in the estate. Let's turn that off. If the power goes, why would the power go off? I don't want no horror stuff. Log into... Oh. I'm not even going to attempt that yet. I don't know what the password is. I don't know what the password is. I'm hoping we can find that out later on. Securities. We can go left back towards the entrance hall, but for now, we'll go right. Power source? I don't feel qualified to be in here. What? I'm definitely not qualified to be in here. What the heck? Ah, right, it's a puzzle. This is a puzzle. Right? Right? Or do I need to start the main boiler first? Maybe I need to start the main boiler first. Oh god. What the heck? Okay. Hey, I timed it right. Okay, let's get this boiler running. Okay, okay. So now I need that. What's that do? Where am I going? What am I doing? Oh my god, another boiler. Okay, let's switch you on. That's going... that way currently, but if I go that way first, that's going to go up here. Right, okay. So can I open this, please and thank you? Is this like a way back, because then I can not use the lift? Right, how do I get the lift to do its thing? Right, so that's like door 1, and then there's a second door. Oh no! Ha! We'll go corridor. Okay, so that's... Oh, I'm gonna need to learn to turn right. Oh no, otherwise I might have just like bulged this up a little bit. I really want to switch this on and see what happens. Whoa. Whoa, I want to know how this works, just for the sheer hell of it. Yeah, turn the power back to there. So I've got one thing going up there. Then I need that one going up there, so that's 2. And then 3. Yay! Right, I've got a way back up. Okay. That should be all of them. Am I an engineer? Have I done good? Why do I need to do this? Oh, why do I need to do this? Why do I need to do this? Is that going to switch off now because it's not got enough, or is it okay because it's kind of all on? Magic. Some more drawings. Got a lovely hat. Right, so hallway. This is... have I already got a hallway? No, this is a corridor, not a hallway. Got to get it right. Corridor. So we got some kind of cot. And a coat. A lot of these are like very similar words, like cot, coat, bat, bath. I wonder if they're all meant to sound like similar, and I've just kind of thought of really generic words for some of them when there's meant to be something a bit more specific. Please let me turn right. Yes! Okay. We're making progress. West Wing Hall. Okay. Oh. Staff notice. 1983, June 15th. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any staff may draft so there's a second part to this note somewhere. West Wing Hall. Let's have a looky. We've got Queen of Diamonds again. Queen of Diamonds is in the front room, in the entrance hall. This time it's being held. And then we've got a car. Card and car. Again, 2 very similar words. I'm just missing like one letter. I wonder if like the missing letter is going to be the important bit. Let's use our one key. Why did not go in the actual keyhole? Ooh, we're going to have to go for the spare room. I don't have any gems. This is a very stark change of scenery and aesthetic. I was hoping for something somewhat useful or worthwhile noting in here. Courtyard. Oh, I don't have a gem. Bugger. No! No, this is... No! We're locked now because I can't leave. I can't leave the screen. Well, that's force the hand. We'll try and get some items. We'll explore the rest. We'll just try and like find out as much as we can. We're not going to be able to get to the... I mean, I know we're not going to be able to get to the end in the first run. Of course we're not. So we've got a gem. That's ironic. Could have done with that. Should be another item in here. Where are you? Where are you? You did definitely say 2 items, right? It definitely said 2 items. And I can't crouch. Right, where are we? We're in a closet. What we got here? Grain and rain. Grain and rain. I was going to say wheat and something, but grain, rain. So again, yeah, so I need to look through my notes later and try find words that are similar to them. Because there's definitely something going on here with like the missing letters. I'm going to need that at some point. May draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. Okay. So we're going to go in here. Oh, you can get lost if you think I'm writing all this down. I don't know what that's trying to tell me. I don't know what this is trying to tell me. Hello, Herbert. What is this trying to tell me? Anything useful? Aha, right. Drawing room has got a white pawn. Okay. Got a white pawn and it's got so many drawings. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your current 3 options. Thank you, that could have been quite helpful. So here, I presume these are our... Crow in row. Crow in row. I was just saying... Raven and Raven or boat and something. Got crow. And we've got row. I need to find all these letters. I'm gonna presume there's nothing else helpful. Bunk room counts as 2 bedrooms, so that means at some point we're going to be able to get like a thing that's like, oh, if you do something with X amount of bedrooms that you have. But we'll have a look. I'm just being nosy at this point, so we can't really progress. I like this bunk room. Oh, money! I quite like money. Got a blueprint. Plane. Biplane. Okay, that one's got me stumped. Oh my god, you're still alive in there? Hello, little fella. Oh my god, I hope you're being looked after. I hope the people still come in here to work. Are you gonna do a little run? Oh, yes, you are. Oh my goodness, hello. And you've even got your own little bunk bed, aren't you? Just adorable. Oh, hello. I'm going to call you Herbert after Herbert S. Sinclair. Plane. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, and I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. Okay, so they are calling it an airplane. But I'm going to put a question mark next to that because that doesn't feel like it's going to rhyme with anything. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside. But I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book. Even though he is older, he is a crybaby. Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long, long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. Honestly, I have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I still would rather have had a sister. Congrats on the diploma and welcome home. I don't know if this is us Simon or if this is another Simon. Diploma. So Herbert had a. This must be like Herbert's brother, I'm guessing. So they've got two black pawns, okay. Oh, am I gonna have to keep track of how many there are? 2 black pawns. Checkers, old camera, old games console, little rifle. So I wonder, I guess we can probably get outside somehow. Got an airplane and some blueprints, but I don't really know how those two could possibly have letters in common, so I'm going to have to think more on that. And again, don't give me hints unless I specifically ask for some help. I quite like figuring this kind of stuff out on my own, even if it takes me a long time. If you've seen my Hour Miles playthrough, you know I get there eventually, probably. Right, I don't think there's anything more to get from this room. We're going to just have a bit of a wander. I appreciate I've got loads of stamina left, but we're going to have to waste some of that because I'm an idiot. Can you combine inventory to create new items? I don't really have any inventory items to do that with. I have a key card. So have a look in the boudoir. There's a safe back there. Oh, Jack, paint me like one of your French girls. What we got here? Anything? Oh. Why do I feel like this is going to be important? Unless maybe that's just telling me that there's a safe here and to keep my eye out for the safe. Right, I can't interact with it in any meaningful way. I can't flip it over or anything like that. What the hell is that? I mean, that's a necktie. Don't know what that is. Looks like some kind of cake stand. I don't know if it's got like a fancy name for it or something. Right, I'll just write this down. And again, I'll do some research. Be like, is there any other fancy name for like a cake stand? Because I would just call that a cake stand because I'm a plebeian from like the industrial heartland of the UK. So we don't tend to have fancy things. Boudoir. How do I spell boudoir? Boudoir. Oui, oui, oui. We've got a tie. And a cake stand. What I'll do is, if I think about this, like, between now and the next episode, I will, like, start the next episode with, like, any thoughts and findings that I might have had. Oh, goodness, no, I've not come across anything numerical, so I'm not even gonna remotely attempt that. I'm just gonna... Oh, I'll make a note that the boudoir has got a safe as well. That's probably a good idea. Let's have a look. Food for sale. Cool. Going to another bedroom. A chest. Stairs. Stairs and stars. Okay, I am on the right track because it's got to be that they're meant to be very similar words, right? It's not just me imagining it. Stairs and stars. Is this the lady that had passed away? Oh, white porn. White porn. Got a little bit of origami. I keep seeing these weird kind of puzzle pieces in places, and I don't know if that's something I should be paying attention to, but if it is, I'm just going to straight up cry, why is there a statue of a finger pointing down? Greetings from Reddington. Why does it want me to interact with something that says from Reddington? Do I need to... I'll write it down. Bloody hell, I'll write it down, brain. Because otherwise you're never going to let me live it down. Reddington. There we go. Trunk is locked, of course it is. I don't have a key. So I can go in one more room pretty much, and then we are... Oh, I could get some more back in the entrance, I guess. Go a passageway. Oh, right, we're going to the toilet, I guess. I've got to go in them all eventually. The toilet roll is the correct way round. If you do it the other way round with the toilet roll going back towards the wall, first of all, you need help. Second of all, it's wrong. If you actually look at the official patent for toilet roll on a toilet roll holder that was filed originally, you'll clearly see that the toilet roll is meant to go with the paper on the outside. And plus, it's just right. It's just easier that way. Bridge and Bride. That one's an easy one. Bathroom is described as the lavatory. Lavatory. Sorry. I forget that we're all posh here. Lavatory. And we have Bridge und Bride. There we go. Anything else helpful? Don't think so. Right. What we'll do... We'll snake our way all the way back round to the entrance hall. We'll have a look in these two rooms, and we'll probably just like travel, wander around outside, just so I can show people who maybe don't want to play the game what's outside. Just so I can kind of explain that a little bit, and we can have a bit of a look around, bit of a look-see. There's power. There's power. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, they've just taken my money, haven't they? Of course they have. Bishop, right. Okay, from this room back, I don't think I've got the chess pieces, so we'll just have a quick look. What room are we in now? This is the den. We're in the den. Where am I going? What am I saying? We're in the den. Baby monkey. White. Horn with a W. Bath. Yeah, I should have picked up on that back then. That is similar. Pin pine? Pin pine. Pin pine. Pin pine. Pin pine. Pine pin pine pin. Pine. It's a pine tree. Ah. Right. I should have checked in there what that was. It's alright, I've got them all written down probably. Oh, the Queen of Diamonds always had a hand there? Oh, that's a... Wait, did they both have a hand there? I genuinely can't remember that. Diamond. Oh god, I don't know what that one's meant to be. Face. Ace. It's a face. It's a face card. Queen is a face card. Face and ace. Oh my god, my brain just kind of imploded then. Ah! Balatro does teach you things, kids. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Is that Reddington? What we got through here that I can have a look at. We'll have a look at the dining room. I don't think it's really going to make much difference. But we can at least have a look. That's a crowbar. What's a crowbar got to do with rosaries? Beads. Prayer. Pray. Pry. It's a pry bar? Pry bar. Pray? Praying. Praying pry. Okay, we'll go for that. That sounds reasonable to me. I don't know what's reasonable and what's not at this point. I'm just kind of doing my best and trying not to have a nervous breakdown. Dining room. My god. Dining room. So we've got pray. And pry. Where's the chess piece? I know you're in here. I know you. Yeah, so another white pawn. I don't know how important that's going to be. But we'll find it regardless. Cool. One more room? One more room. Storeroom is not going to really achieve very much, but at least I can get another... Okay. I don't know what we're going to put together here word-wise, so we're in the storeroom. We got a white pawn, first of all. And we've got, like, what? Dune? Desert. Oh, it's a desert and dessert. So I was going to say, what's a trifle and a dune got to do with each other? So that yeah, I need to actually go through and write down the letters that are missing. I probably should have done that in the first place. But I am anything if efficient, and I've not let that stop me so far. Does this room have a chess piece out of interest? Is this going to be one of those rooms that everyone just kind of glazes over and ignores, when in actual fact we should have been paying attention from the very start? I don't believe so. So you can come outside. One thing I do want to try and have a look at is there was a mention of a... what's it call it? Of it being... of the airplane being thrown into the bush. What do you mean? Oh, I could jump over there. What do you mean? What do you mean? I want to look around there. Oh! Didn't know I could do that. Can I open the gate now? Ah, wishes are cons. Okay, let's continue. Let's have a look around the rest. It is very, very pretty though. So you can kind of have, you can just have a bit of a wander. There was a few bits down here that kind of are a bit creepy. That kind of implies you can always kind of get through there maybe. One thing I did notice is these kind of catacomb-like things down here. It's like, what is going on in this house? Like, why do you need these beautiful Rivendell-like places? Like, that looks like somewhere where an elf is going to tell me that I've got moon runes on my map, you know? Like, but it is absolutely stunning. I will give them that. Is there any more Rivendell going on over there? No. Of course not. Of course not. Yeah, there was this kind of tunnel here that makes me really uncomfortable because I know this isn't a horror game. But as soon as you get here, the sound goes really creepy. And it gets really dark. And it doesn't really feel like there's anything down here. But it feels like it's a place where there should be something down here. But I'm kind of glad that there isn't. Because I think I would probably have a breakdown if there was. Goodbye, Burb. Goodbye. Hope you're going somewhere nice. Really bizarre looking house. I actually really quite like the look of this kind of eccentric house. My god, it's huge! Just keeps on going. There's this door which I'm convinced either Jesus and or Dracula is going to come out of there at one point. Don't know which I'd prefer, to be fair. We've got our campsites. This is where we're actually staying because we're not allowed to sleep inside the house at night because things change at night. There's what appears to be like the entrance of a mine, which confuses me because I'm like, what? Why? What's going to be over there? And then there's like a little apple orchard back here that I found, but I don't have the passcodes to this, and I don't really know what's going to be helpful in there. But it's got to be something in that shed. Maybe just apples in general. Maybe I can just get like loads and loads of stamina. Maybe that's what he wants me to do. Just go in there and just like eat every apple. But yeah, so what we're probably going to do, guys, is we're going to call it there because there's nothing else for me to realistically do in this playthrough now because I have bodged it completely, to put it politely. But we did get to rank what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got to rank 6 on, I say, a first playthrough. Like, I don't think I got that far in my first one, but not bad going. Not bad going. It's just we kind of got all looked out there. I'm really enjoying this. I'm liking the vibe. I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit of headway with my notes. And I'm starting to figure out like what I need to pay attention to. I'm aware I'm probably missing things, but again, please don't tell me because if I'm going to complete this game, I want to do it of my own damned accord, even if it takes me forever. That being said, thank you so much for watching. I have been Sturks. You've been incredible. I will catch you all later for the next part of this bloody little adventure.